How's it going, folks? So the band Edge of Paradise have recently dropped a cover song here for Requiem of a Dream, but this is called here Requiem for a Dream and the Angels of Static. I'm very, very curious to see what they do with this because the original is just a classic. I mean, I love that tune. It's so tight. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a legendary tune, if you will. I mean, you hear it in all kinds of properties and whatnot. Yeah, I'm really, really anxious to see the Edge of Paradise stamp on this song. I'm also curious to see if they add like vocals and stuff, or if it's just going to be instrumental or whatnot. But anywho, I'm about to find out, I guess. So let's just get in there and give it a listen. Rangers, go. love that real like industrial sounding ending. That was really sick. Man, I gotta say, this band has done some really cool covers in the past, but I think this one's just got to be the best. I mean, this song, what they did with this is just awesome. I mean, you already have like an awesome song that you're starting with, but they really adapted it. They certainly took it and made it their own. It wasn't just, we're rehashing the original and it sounds cool because the original's awesome. But like, here you go. We just made it a little bit more, I don't know, modern or something. But no, they did not. They definitely took it. It feels like they really stripped the song down to like its bones and then filled in all the gaps with Edge of Paradise. So it really, they infused their DNA all within it. This is a mutant of a song. They took the original DNA and then, I mean, they injected it with Edge of Paradise. I don't know, something chemical or DNA or whatever, and created a glorious mutant song that infused both them and the original. So that was really exciting. I mean, it starts off just really sick, very, very atmospheric, and the original is too, but so they definitely leaned into the atmospheric. You got like the bombast, even like the main parts of kind of the original song. It felt like, they added an extra oomph to it, a nice modern touch, and really, just brought it to the modern age and really, really made it impactful, like the different hits and stuff like that. But then everything else that they did was just so cool. Well, first I gotta say though, is like, where on earth does she get like all these crazy like outfits and accessories and stuff? I mean, every song, every video, she's got some new like really elaborate kind of costume and stuff like that. So it's impressive. I mean, that face mask crown thing looks so tight. I mean, it just looked really cool. And just the video, even though it kind of takes place in one room for the most part, it still looks really cool, like when the band members are playing and stuff, the lights are kind of flickering. It looks like there's like rain coming down and, it just looks neat. It really suits the sound of the song. So yeah, I mean, and her voice just works really, really well with the approach that they took for this song here too. And they added like some real darkness. It's like the original, like there's a lot of emotion like in the original, when you're listening to it, that there's elements, I would say, of kind of a darker vibe, but then elements of almost like an epic, slightly like hopeful vibe when it kind of rises up, but like it never just gets just all sunshine and roses. Like it's definitely rooted like in a dark sort of feel that is kind of oppressive and feels like, someone is like they're against the odds. It's like they have to overcome something that is just really, really imposing. And so that's what you get. It's like their fight, to overcome this. And the original, like to me anyway, it never gives you the sense that this character or whatever overcomes this or something, but it gives you that hope. It gives you that they're giving it their all. Like they're standing up against this like oppressive force, and the what happens after that, the conclusion of that, or what comes of that, I guess in the context isn't necessarily what's important. What's important though is fighting, trying. That's my takeaway from when I just listened to the original song. Everyone's got different interpretations, but so I thought that this captured that really well with like even a bit more darkness, I would say. Like I love that whole section where she's kind of like whispering those words and there's like a grit to it and it's kind of dark. It's heavy. It's just really, really cool sounding. And then like the impacts coming in, it just has such an epic feel to it, to me. And it was just so cool. And I like the words too, and just the way that she drops them. There's almost like It's almost like a spoken word, almost like a rap even, the way that it kind of goes in. But it's just really cool, when you have the backdrop of the music. It just sounds so tight. And then it like really kicks off again. And so yeah, everything that they did there with all of that was just awesome. I love, love, love like the kind of whispered stuff, and it really brings an added grit to the sound and to the song. So yeah, that was just tight. And then her voice in general, when she's kind of doing some backing sort of just notes and stuff, it sounds kind of ethereal. And you have all the music swirling around that. The guitars added a nice crunch, a nice punch to the sound. The piano was great. And the drum work and stuff. It just, the drums, had a lot of impact as well. Like everything is just really, really punchy. But then sometimes you dip down and it gets a bit more atmospheric and a bit more foreboding almost, and all and just gritty and stuff. But then you kind of get the punches back, and it's just grand. I mean, there's a lot of movement here, and I just really, really like what they did with this song. That really differentiated itself to me from like the original. It's one of those covers where sometimes you hear a cover and it's like, oh, that was neat, but it just felt like a pretty straight cover. And so it's like, why would I listen to that instead of the original? But here, it differentiates itself enough from the original that they're almost like two separate things. It's not a question of like, oh, should I listen to this like over the original? It's more of just like they're two separate songs. Whereas like the Edge of Paradise one really plays like homage to the original, and it incorporates the DNA of the original, but sets it apart. So they're like two separate entities almost. So that's really neat. And yeah, I mean, I just thought it was just phenomenally well done. Really, really dug this here. It's just epic. So yeah, I really think this is their best cover to date. It just suited them super well, and it was just executed super well. So really, really cool. Yeah. So anyway, let me know, folks, in the comments down below. What do you think of this cover? Or what do you think of this song? Are you a fan of like the original and stuff? I think it was Clint Mansell who did the original. I mean, he's just a legend in like the soundtrack sphere. Like he just really has so many like famous and really cool soundtrack tunes and music. But yeah, so you a fan of the original? What do you think of this one here? Let's talk about it. I'll catch you next time. Ranger out.